So welcome to the 15 minutes stretch and breathe. Thanks for taking the time out of your day, and I'm sure that your body and your mind will thank you afterwards. But to start, let's just check in with ourselves and see. So if you want to take a moment, just close your eyes and just notice how your body's feeling. Like really just check in. So noticing any tension, any pain, or the absence of tension or pain. And then notice your energy level. Like, are you feeling tired? Maybe excited? Nervous? Or full of energy? And then notice your breathing. Is your breathing short? Is it shallow? Or is it long and deep? Does it feel easy and comfortable? Or maybe a little bit out of rhythm, or a little bit out of sync, or a little bit of shortness of breath? So now that you've kind of got that overall check-in, make your way to standing. So we're gonna, if you're at your office chair or just desk chair, you can kind of stand behind it. I'm gonna stand to the side of it so you can see me better, but I'll kind of move the chair in as we use it. So we're just gonna start with bringing our arms up overhead, then grabbing onto the right wrist. You're gonna side bend over to the left. And then inhale back up to center, side bend over to the right. Inhale up to center, side bend opposite direction. And then we'll go about 2 more cycles of breath. So if you want to go slower or faster, you can modify as you want to or as you need to. And on this last cycle, we're going to hold. So in the side bend, take about 3 cycles of breath. Just breathe into this side of the rib cage where you're stretching out those intercostal muscles, so the muscles between the ribs. Really focus your breath there. If you find it's difficult to breathe, then come out of that side bend a little bit and don't bend so much until you find that where you can breathe. There's not a shortness of breath. And then come back up to center, and we'll side bend over to the other side. Again, focusing your breath into your rib cage. Finding that balance point of effort and ease, so it's not too hard to breathe there. And as we sit at a desk all day, or if you're doing work at a desk all day, you can kind of get tight through the rib cage, tight through the breathing, shallow breathing. Let's come back up to center. And we're just going to take a gentle swing with our arms. And you can kind of flop your arms back and forth. Your hips and your legs are nice and loose. And it's just a swing. If you want to make it bigger, go for it. Smaller, go for it. Again, just being mindful of any pain and tension you might have. We don't want to make it worse. The point is to bring a little bit of relief, a little bit of letting go, and bringing some movement into our body from maybe being seated for many hours in the day. And about 2 more swings. And you can drop your arms by your side. Just hold on to the back of your chair. You're going to move your weight into the right leg, and then just externally rotate the left. So I've got my toe right on the ground here, and I'm kind of just spinning my knee out to the side, keeping my pelvis neutral. Okay, other leg, bringing your weight onto the left leg, and then just gently swinging the right leg into external rotation. Soft pelvis, but generally still pointing forward. Good. Okay, grab onto the back of your chair. Bring your feet maybe about hip width apart or a little bit wider. And we're just going to come down into a chair pose. So down and up, and then down and up. And again, how far you go can be small, can be deep, bringing your butt close down to the floor if you want to go into a deep squat if you're feeling it. But otherwise, it's completely up to you how deep you want to go. Try to keep your feet nice and even on the ground. So you can feel your big toe mound, the baby toe mound and the heel of both feet nice and evenly. You got about 3 more to go, but if you want to go slower or faster, up to you. And then this one we're holding here, 3 breaths. Stay nice and even in your feet. Feel the work through your legs and your butt. And then just relax your upper body. Okay, 1 more breath. You guys are doing awesome. Okay, come on out of that. Take your right foot forward, and then your left leg's going to come back and just slightly externally rotated here. So if you're looking at me straight on, front leg is straight, back leg is slightly external rotated. And you're going to lean forward to your chair. Keep your back nice and straight, so you're hinging right at the hip. Coming into a modified pyramid pose, so you'll feel a stretch through the front leg, the back of the front leg. If that feels pretty intense, just bend your knee a little bit. If your back foot comes up off the ground, then scoot it in a little bit. We're going to hold here for about 5 more cycles of breath. Your arms can be here on the chair, resting your head down on your arms, or you can extend your chair forward and come out in a full length with your arms. Two more breaths. Find that nice balance, effort and ease. And come on up. Switch sides. Right foot comes forward, left leg goes back. Hinge at the hips. Bend the front knee as needed. 5 cycles of breath. Two more. And come back up. Bring your elbows onto your chair. So you can do this, I'm doing it on the high back of my chair, but you can also do it on the seated part of your chair. And rest your head onto the back of the chair, the seated part. If you're doing this on the seat, then you'll be in a table position, so your knees on the ground. Hold here, 5 cycles of breath. Try to bring that breath into your rib cage and your belly so you can feel that movement. Two more breaths. And come back up. Hands on your chair. Feet are back. So I'm in sort of like a table position. I'm going to reach back as if I were coming into downward facing dog and then come forward into a table. So the movement's at your hips and at your shoulders. Try to keep your spine as neutral as possible. So not so much like cat and cow, but more like a plank pose and a dog pose. On your next dog, stay extended into dog, and now drop your elbow towards the ground. So we're just going to go one elbow at a time. Right elbow drops to the ground and then comes back up. To the ground and then back up. So you can feel your shoulder blade move around the rib cage and then retract to the spine. Really great, yeah. 3 more of those. And let's switch sides into the left elbow, pressing down to the ground. You got it. Three more of those on the left. And come back up into that modified plank, hands on chair, and then back to dog. Let's move 3 more times. Whole body movement here. Shoulders and hips. And then come back up to stand. Bring your arms out into cactus, palms face down, and then bring your elbows towards each other in the front, and then elbows towards each other in the back. As you come forward, switch which hand is on top. And I'm going pretty fast, but you can go slower or faster. Kind of let your body tell you which way you want to go. Speed it up or slow it down. We'll go for about 3 more. Great. Okay, drop the arms. Bring your shoulders up to your ears. Back and down, forward, up, back, down, forward, up, back, down, forward, up, back, and down. Opposite direction, back, up, forward, down, back, up, forward, down. And shake it out. Grab the back of your chair again. Externally rotate the right or the left leg and then cross it over your thigh. So I'm going to come into a figure 4. So as you're standing here, you can stay standing with your hands on the chair or sit back into a chair position. So here, stretching the outside of the hip into the glutes. 2 more breaths. And let's switch sides. Externally rotate the right, cross over, and then come down into that figure 4. Two more breaths. And come back up. We're going to take a seat back at our chair. You can sit forward in your chair or back in your chair. It's up to you. I'm kind of forward at the edge. Bring your hands under your chin and then twist towards the right. I want you to really feel your obliques, the sides of your abdomen, generating that twist. Option to add your arms. You can extend them so they're free in the air, or bring the left hand to the outside of the right thigh and bring the right hand to your back of your chair. Back to center. Let's switch sides. Option for arms or no arms. And I want you to feel the obliques. And you can still feel your breath too. And then back to center. Drop your chin down to your sternum and just let your head be nice and heavy here. Roll your right ear over to the right shoulder. And then chin back to sternum. Opposite ear over to the opposite shoulder. We'll do one more half circle. And chin back to center. Lift your head. Close your eyes. Take a big breath in. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale slow. Press all the air out. Inhale again. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then slowly let it out. 8 count. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale again. Come back to a natural rhythm of breath. And check in after that 15 minutes of movement. How does your body feel now? Notice any areas of tension, pain, or ease. Notice your energy level. Notice your breathing. And thank you for joining me for this quick 15-minute full body movement. I hope you guys had a good time and enjoy the rest of your day.